I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm currently in Morocco. I had to pause everything. The news has just come out. Frank Lampard is heading back to Chelsea to be the caretaker manager until the end of the season to give themselves more time whilst they wait for a proper replacement on Graham Potter. And I think it's genius. I think this is a really clever move. But what I'm going to do, to be fair, is go through all the positives and negatives about this situation. I know every Chelsea fan that has been watching Chelsea for a long period of time, maybe goes to games, is going to be happy with this move. And it's not because Frank Lampard is a top-class manager. He's not, and he's proven to be tactically inept in certain situations. But it's about bringing the fans and the people together at a time where people are very worried. People are very worried with what is going on at that club. The ownership, where and what money is going into different areas of the club. Bringing Lampard back is going to make everybody happy. When he steps out onto Stamford Bridge the first time, you know there's going to be such a roar around that ground. Do you know the noise that's going to come from the Shed End, from the Matthew Harding? You know, the amount of fans that have put their lives into this club and have seen him play and represent that blue shirt, for him to be a manager there again. Okay, he's had a difficult past and Everton didn't go so well, but they've got a bunch of players there. All right, it's not like Everton. Everton lacked quality and he did not get backing. At Chelsea, they currently have a huge squad of very good footballers where they need someone to make everybody happy and progress emotionally. What better manager to do it than Frank Lampard, who loves the club, knows the club, club legend, to come in there and be able to show people how to be... I know it sounds crazy, but what I think Potter lacked is keeping the positivity in the dressing room. Actually making the players want to die for the club, fight for the club, right? Lampard knows a lot of the youth already. He knows all the stuff. He could go in there tomorrow and he's already the top dog, okay? With all the new players, they're going to respect him. Most people grew up with him scoring goals for fun for Chelsea, running the midfield, winning all sorts of trophies. I think this is genius. And I think if you don't sit down and look at the bigger picture, he's just a caretaker manager. And he's carefree. And the truth is, he has a massive game against Real Madrid in that quarter-final. And who else is going to come in and do a job? During lockdown, he gave them top four. And he had a transfer ban. He didn't have any money. And it's not about having transfers. It's about making it work with the players that they have right now. Like he did in lockdown with the youth, like he does now. And I think it's a similar situation. And Todd Boehly and Agbali have been very questionable about what they've done in the decisions. But I think the caretaker appointment of Frank Lampard, giving him till the end of the season, is genius. Now, comment below if you disagree with me. But who else do you think is going to come in as a caretaker, except the fact that they might lose their job at the end of the summer? Because if they brought in Luis Enrique tomorrow, Nagelsmann is the priority, okay? If you brought them in tomorrow and already it doesn't start to work out, what are you going to do then? At least with Lampard, if it doesn't work out from the get-go, he's going to be accepting to lose his job and let somebody else come in. It will be a smooth transition. He'll be very thoughtful about the club. He wants the best for the Blues and not his own contract. Graham Potter was able to cash in 70 million British pounds because of his contract. Of course, it's probably a lower rate compensated, but for him and his team, 70 million over a manager should never happen in football. Lampard, this isn't about the financials. This is about the best for Chelsea Football Club. And what I strongly believe, from an outview, from a balanced perspective, I think this is a genius move. Now, I've seen a lot of fans on Twitter say, look at his form. If he can't make it work at Everton, how can he make it work at Chelsea? And do you know what? There is some sense in that. And if he wasn't a club legend, and if the fans didn't love him, this wouldn't make much sense. But it's because the fans will come together and they will create such a roar. You know, when Real Madrid go to Stamford Bridge in that second leg, if there's one goal in it, you know, the fans play a massive part. They play a massive part, and there's no question, right? They're the 12th man. They can push, get behind the club and go for that second goal. Or whatever it is, whatever situation they are in a big game. Of course, the league is done. I mean, let's be real. Chelsea, what are they really going for in the league? Nothing. It's just about Real Madrid now. And I don't think there's a manager who could come in there and put on tactics straight away. Maybe Thomas Tuchel, but he's at Bayern. Like, Lampard is a clever move. And he already knows a lot of the players, the staff, the club. He will be able to make that work instantly. I actually think it's a fair move. And everyone's going to say that he was rubbish at Everton. And he was. And I think it needs more time to build a proper and good contract with Nagelsmann, with Luis Enrique. If they are going to have a project there where Chelsea start to bring it back over time, you know, if you force contracts, if you want managers to come in straight away, It's not going to happen like that. With the agents involved and managers always looking for the biggest buck, especially with Todd Bowley because they know he's got money, it's not going to work instantly. So Lampard gives them time. It gives them options to assess. If Lampard does well, he might keep the job. So they feel less pressured. They've got more options in contract negotiations now. Because if they give Lampard the job for a few months, they can slowly work something with Nagelsmann or anybody else who's available and will give them a respectable offer. Because they're not forced into a decision right now. And we'll be honest, right now, who else is going to take the caretaker job and do a fair appointment? If you gave it to John Terry, he's currently in the academies and stuff, but Lampard's literally been the manager of Derby. And at Derby, he got them playoffs, and I thought he was pretty good. You know, the whole thing happened with Leeds United. No one's denying that he did well at Derby. Of course, he had a lot of Chelsea loanees. He had a very good side, but he still grinded out results. Beat United in the FA Cup. And at Everton, I honestly think Sean Dyche is perfectly designed for a relegation battle, turning players into better versions of themselves. What Lampard was good at is having young players that are trying to step up and also having a good pull. When players come to the end of their contracts or loans finish, like João Felix, what makes them want to stay? Does Graham Potter do? Probably not. But when you've got Frank Lampard motivating the lads in the dressing room, he's one of the boys, he feels he's got that good connection. We all saw that video with Seamus Coleman, Lampard gave him that great send-off. You want to be around that. And I think Chelsea will have a more likely chance of bringing back their best players if Lampard is the manager, especially for now. And do you know what? Even if it doesn't work out, I think Lampard still deserves a place in the staff, whether it's assistant manager or part of the team that moves in. You know, it takes him the pressure off of being the number one face of the club in terms of managing the players, but also still gives them that kind of fight and desire and someone in the dressing room who's been there before, he's won this, he's won that. I think this is a good move. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Who else did you really think would take an offer to be caretaker the next day? And you know, he lives in London. He's based there. He's had time to reflect on the Everton job. Of course, it didn't work out, but he's understood where he's gone wrong. And by the way, he's probably been watching Chelsea every single week. He's probably made a plan of the tactics, which players he likes, which ones he thinks need to move on. He's already thinking as a fan. So I'm sure every single fan that goes to Stamford Bridge is going to give him a good applause and a good reception. I think it's the people online who question it. I think it's the people online who are judging this decision. I don't think the ones that go to the games are. Because I think there will be a better atmosphere than there has been all season under Graham Potter. And I don't think Graham Potter ever was tactically up there. I don't think he ever found the perfect team for himself. And I think Lampard's got a better job of doing that. It's a different situation to Everton. I think Lampard's proven himself at different parts at Chelsea. Like I said, transfer ban with top four. It's going to be an exciting time. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the Premier League. It's all turning round. I think in the situation that they were in, it's the best thing they possibly could have done. So I'll give credit to Todd Bowley. I think he's made a decent call there. So comment below what you think. Please subscribe for more. We're nearly at 100,000 subscribers. Please subscribe. Get us there. I'm going to be giving away 50x Snickers bars to one of the likers of this video as well. So if you like and subscribe, I'm sending you Snickers bars. And that's a perfect little Easter present. It's my birthday on the 7th of April in a couple days. So I'm going to be celebrating. But will we be celebrating with Lampard back in the Premier League? I'm unsure. Comment down below. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.